Hello, wonderful librarians. Happy Halloween. And this is just a little quickie of just sort of a compilation of some of the spookier books that I have read this month. And so that's what I'm going to do. So this is for the 31 Spooky Manga Challenge that I didn't really do on Instagram just because it's been kind of a crazy month. I think I've divulged that a little bit. But yeah, it's been kind of a crazy month, work-wise, life-wise, everything-wise. So, and I've been kind of struggling with like doing Instagram-y type things, even for work. It's something that I'm going to start working on with my interns to get them putting out content because I was really good at putting out social media for the library last year. But now that we're back in person, it's very difficult because I can't really work on it at school. And then when I get home, I'm just so tired from being at school that I'm just done. So, and I think that's something that a lot of you can understand. So yeah, so this is kind of my contribution to it by talking about not 31 titles because that would drive you absolutely insane, but a few of the things that I've read. I've read a lot this month. I think I've talked about I read a lot of manga because it's what I read for my personal enjoyment, but I'm keeping it to the spookier, spooky aesthetic sort of titles. And I'm keeping this short, simple, and sweet. So let's get into it. So first off, I have talked before about this particular title, The Vampire and His Pleasant Companions, continues to be a wonderful series. The yaoi energy is starting to amp up now that we are into the 5th volume. This was actually a recommendation from Mama Loves Manga. And it is a beautifully done horror aesthetic sort of manga about a vampire named Al who gets frozen in bat form and transported over to Japan. He's originally from Nebraska. Al is not quite a perfect vampire. He sort of didn't finish his transition, so he can't really bite people. He's not as strong as other vampires, so during the day he turns into a very adorable bat, and at night he turns back into his human form. And when he is transported over to Japan, he winds up actually living with a mortician in Japan who does embalming, which is actually a fairly rare thing in Japan, and they talk about that in the manga. And it's really great because they almost sort of turn into a crime-solving duo. They solve mysteries using Al's vampire abilities. And it's just really kind of crime, procedural, yaoi. The yaoi energy is kind of muted in the beginning, but it's starting, like I said, to amp up. And it's just a great combination of like this really bubbly American vampire meets this surly, antisocial mortician. And it's just super both adorable and at times disturbing. There are moments where it can be a bit, horror aesthetic. There are points where Al gets into genuine danger. So this is a really great series. I really enjoy it. I'm enjoying the ride. It's not necessarily one I'd recommend for a school librarian because who knows how this is going to go as it progresses. Right now it's fairly safe, but I'd wait until it reaches completion because it could get raunchy eventually. So we'll see first, because it is about adult characters living adult lives. So whenever you have something like that, And there is some talk about erectile dysfunction. So it does lean more on the adult side. So yeah, that's what I will say about The Vampire and His Pleasant Companions. I would keep it more on the adult collection side. So if you're in a public library, this is probably perfect. But school libraries, maybe read it on your own. Wait until it reaches completion and then make a decision. But if you're looking for something for your school library that is a bit spooky, I've talked about Creepy Cat and the Creepy Cat manga that is out from Seven Seas by Cotton Valent, and I absolutely loved this. It is a manga that originated as a webtoon. And it is a manga, even though the artist is not from Japan. It is absolutely such a fun, sort of spooky aesthetic, you know, ride. It's very Tim Burton-esque, very Emily the Strange-esque. It's definitely the sort of thing that in high school I would have absolutely loved. But you know, it's about a cat who is a bit creepy, and the girl who winds up being sort of in charge of this cat when she moves into the mysterious mansion that this cat inhabits, and just their sort of day-to-day life and how the main character sort of deals with having this otherworldly cat in her life. Here's my otherworldly cat. The third title I want to talk about, and then I'm going to wrap this up because, like I said, I want to keep this short and simple and sweet, is The Walking Cat, A Cat's Eye View of the Zombie Apocalypse. I really loved this. Spoilers for your safety, the cat makes it out okay. The humans, you know, but the cat survives, because that's the sort of thing I need to know. And it's a really good, first off, it's really, really good, very well done. The art in it is very excellent. I will automatically buy anything that has cats in it. I've said this before, and I will say it a million times. You put a cat in it, I'm there. Great horror elements. It's very hard to make zombie stories compelling anymore, at least to me. I'm very tired of the genre. I think it sort of peaked about 6 or 7 years ago, and this still was very compelling, very emotional, did the things that a good zombie story does well. So I really enjoyed it, and I highly recommend it. It's a good spooky read. And like I said, that's how I'm going to end this today. I'm going to keep it, like I said, short and simple. With The Walking Cat, I will say it's probably appropriate for high schools. It does have horror elements, so I wouldn't go any lower than high school. It can get pretty gory. But otherwise, if you have The Walking Dead, you can have The Walking Cat. So that is really it. I hope this was enjoyable. Like I said, short, sweet, simple, and I will see you in the next video.